Welcome to Anime Review. Looks like you made it in time for the list. Coming in at the number 10 spot is The Saga of Tanya the Evil. Tanya D. Gurchov is a young, highly skilled soldier who has gained notoriety for her predatorial-like ruthlessness and exceptional tactical abilities. This has earned her the nickname of the Devil of the Rhine, and she has become feared by many on the battlefield. However, beneath Tanya's innocent appearance lies the soul of a man who once challenged Being X, a being who claims to be God, to a battle of wits. This challenge ended in the man's reincarnation as Tanya in a world of magical warfare. Determined to defy Being X and make her own path, Tanya sets her sights on ascending the ranks of her country's military, as it becomes embroiled in a world war. She is determined to reclaim the peaceful life that was taken from her, and will stop at nothing to achieve her goal. Despite this, Tanya's keen perception and combat initiative have an unintended consequence. They help to propel the mighty empire into becoming one of the most powerful nations in human history. However, Being X remains a formidable obstacle, constantly testing Tanya's resolve and determination. And at number 9 is Attack on Titan. A long time ago, humanity was almost wiped out by giant humanoid creatures called Titans. These Titans were terrifying because they seemed to enjoy eating humans, rather than eating it for sustenance. In order to survive, the remaining humans built huge walls around their settlements, and were safe for 100 years without any Titan sightings. Soon this peace was shattered when a Titan the size of a large building managed to breach the outer wall. Eren Yeager, who witnessed the loss of a loved one to the Titan invasion, joins the Survey Corps, a group of elite soldiers who fight against the Titans outside the walls. Along with his adopted sister Mikasa Ackerman and his friend Armin Arlert, Eren fights in the war against the Titans, and searches for a way to defeat them, before the walls are breached again. Follow the story of Eren and his friends, as they struggle to survive in a world overrun by these man-eating monsters. Coming in at number 8 is Dororo. The samurai Lord Daigo Kagemitsu is desperate for power as his land and people suffer. In his desperation, he turns his back on his faith and makes a pact with a group of demons, hoping they will grant him the strength and resources he needs to save his prefecture. The demons agree, and Kagemitsu's land begins to thrive once again. With this, there is a price to be paid for this newfound prosperity. When Kagemitsu's first son is born, he is a grotesque and pitiful creature, born without limbs, eyes, ears, a nose, or even skin. The child is seen as an abomination and is cast aside, left to die in a river, but fate intervenes, and the child is rescued by a medicine man who takes pity on him. The man provides the child with prosthetics and weapons, allowing him to survive and fend for himself in a harsh and unforgiving world. The child, named Hyakkimaru, grows and sets out on a quest to defeat the demons that took him as a sacrifice, helping to regain the senses and body parts that were taken from him at birth. For many years, Hyakkimaru wanders alone, cutting down demons and reclaiming his humanity piece by piece. One day he meets Dororo, a young orphan who has also suffered at the hands of the demons. The two become fast friends and allies, fighting for their survival and the survival of those around them in a world overrun by malevolent forces. Together, they face many challenges and obstacles, but they remain determined to overcome them and bring peace to a land plagued by darkness and corruption. Then in the 7th spot we have Alderamin of the Sky. Iktisaluk is a carefree young man who dreams of having a woman by his side and a place to relax. Meanwhile, his peaceful life is disrupted when war breaks out between the Kichvarna Empire and the Republic of Kyoka. Ikta and his friend, Yutori Shino Igsun, join the military as officers and meet the infantryman Matthew Tatajirichi, the sniper Torwari Myon, and the medic Roma Becker on a ship heading to the military exam site. But their vessel is sunk by a storm, and they end up in enemy territory near a military outpost. There, they learn that the princess of the Kichvarna Empire, Chamilka Torakachvan Mananik, has been taken hostage. The group successfully rescues her and, as a reward, each of them is granted the title of Imperial Knight, one of the highest honors a soldier can receive. As a result, Ikta's dream of a peaceful life is put on hold as he becomes a hero against his wishes. Coming in at number 6, we have Gate. Yaoji Itami was just a normal, off-duty Japan Self-Defense Force officer, also known as JSDF, looking forward to attending a Doujin convention in Ginza, Tokyo. But everything changed when a mysterious portal in the shape of a large gate suddenly appeared in the city. From this gate, supernatural creatures and warriors clad in medieval armor emerged, wreaking havoc and destruction as they charged through the streets. Yaoji quickly sprang into action, risking his own life to save as many people as he could. Meanwhile, the rest of the JSDF worked to stop the invasion and protect the city. Despite their efforts, the attack left a trail of devastation in its wake. 3 months later, Yaoji found himself leading a special recon team as part of a JSDF task force that had been assembled to explore the world beyond the gate. Now referred to as the Special Region, this mysterious place was filled with unknown dangers and opportunities. The team's mission was to learn more about the Special Region and its inhabitants, and to try to establish peaceful relations with the ruling empire. Taking the number 5 spot is Demon Slayer. Tanjiro Kamado has always known hardship, as he and his family have lived in poverty on a remote mountain since the death of his father. Despite their struggles, they have managed to maintain a sense of happiness and normalcy. Everything changes when Tanjiro decides to go to the local village to sell charcoal, hoping to earn a little extra money for his family. On his way back, darkness falls and he is forced to take shelter in the home of a stranger, who warns him of the dangerous demons that roam the woods at night. Tanjiro brushes off the warning and sets off on the journey home, only to be met with a horrifying sight upon his arrival. His entire family has been slaughtered, and the only survivor is his sister Nezuko, who has been turned into a demon. Overcome with rage and determination to avenge his family and protect his sister, Tanjiro vows to do whatever it takes to eliminate the demons and restore Nezuko's humanity. He joins the mysterious group known as the Demon Slayer Corporation, a group of warriors dedicated to eliminating demons and protecting the innocent. Despite the challenges and dangers that lie ahead, Tanjiro is unwavering in his determination to rid the world of these monstrous creatures and keep his sister safe. Fourth on the list is Vinland Saga. As a young boy, Thorfinn was captivated by the tales of adventure and exploration, told by the old sailors who passed through his village in Iceland. They spoke of the legendary land of Vinland, a place of warmth and fertility, where there was no need for fighting and conflict. This was a far cry from the harsh, frozen landscape of Thorfinn's home, and the constant violence and war that he witnessed as a mercenary. The ongoing conflict between England and Denmark had escalated to new heights, and death had become a daily occurrence on the battlefield. The Viking mercenaries, of which Thorfinn was one, saw this as an opportunity to make a name for themselves and earn their fortunes by allying with either side. They reveled in the chaos and destruction, seeking out any opportunity to prove their strength and bravery, but Thorfinn's ultimate goal was not for fame or wealth. He was driven by a need for revenge against Askeladd, the man who had murdered his father. Despite his father's teachings that there is nobody who it's okay to hurt, and that everyone is a friend, Thorfinn knew that this was not the reality of the world he lived in. The Vikings' paradise seemed to be the never-ending cycle of war and death, but Thorfinn was determined to end this cycle, and find his own path to peace. Coming in at number 3 is Seraph of the End. The world is thrown into chaos when a deadly virus begins to kill all humans over the age of 13. In the aftermath, a group of powerful vampires emerges from hiding and takes control of society by promising to protect the remaining survivors in exchange for their blood. 2 young boys, Yuichiro and Michaela Hyakria, are taken from an orphanage along with other children, and treated as nothing more than livestock under the vampires' tyrannical rule. Michaela, fueled by his hatred for the vampires, devises a plan for escape, but it ultimately fails and results in the deaths of all his fellow captives. Yuichiro is the only survivor, and he is rescued by the Moon Demon Company, a military unit devoted to hunting and destroying the vampires in Japan. Years later, Yuichiro has joined the Japanese Imperial Demon Army, and is determined to take vengeance on the vampires who killed his family. Taking the number 2 spot is the magnificent Kotobuki. In a barren frontier where life is a constant struggle and resources are scarce, the people have come to rely on trading goods in order to help each other survive. In this harsh and unforgiving wilderness, danger lurks around every corner, and the threat of raiders and bandits is ever present. This is where the Kotobuki Squadron comes in. The Kotobuki Squadron is a team of skilled pilots and bodyguards for hire. Led by a strict but beautiful squadron leader, who commands with an iron fist, but also a heart of gold. The squadron also has an unreliable commanding officer, who despite the flaws, is respected by the team. And a true artisan of a crew chief who makes sure that the squadron's planes are always in top condition, keeping the pilots safe in the heat of battle. Alongside these leaders, the squadron's pilots don't lack for personality. Each one brings their own unique skills and quirks to the table, and together they make a formidable force. Taking the top spot is Arzo Lane. When a powerful alien force known as the Sirens suddenly appeared, humanity united for the first time in the face of a common threat. Four countries: Eagle Union, Royal Navy, Sakura Empire, and Iron Blood, formed the Azur Lane Alliance, which led to the advancement of modern warfare and initial victories against the Sirens. Conflicts of ideals soon divided the alliance, with Sakura Empire and Iron Blood breaking off to form the Red Axis. In this war-torn world, the experienced and skilled fighter, the Grey Ghost Enterprise, carries the hopes of Azur Lane in ending the war. Behind her tough exterior lies a fragile girl with a fear of the ocean. Despite this, she continues to fight as she believes it is her only purpose. Meanwhile, the ships Javelin, Laffy, and Unicorn come across Aonami, a spy from the Red Axis. Despite the enmity between them, they try to form a friendship with her, never giving up hope. In the midst of ongoing conflict and division among humanity, the potential keys to uniting the race may lie in a soldier coming to terms with her own identity, and the bond of camaraderie between those with differing ideals.